The Young and the Restless update for Monday, January 13 state, the first show of the week offered quite some interesting insights. Audra Charles and Nate Hastings return home from their trip to La. While it was great that Nate got the opportunity to finally meet his half-brother Damien, he does wonder if he should have come clean about the real reason for the meeting, rather than offering him a job at Winters. Nate makes a promise that if he doesn't hear from Damien within a couple of days, he'll reach out and tell his half-brother the truth. Thinking it's Damien, he checks it, and it turns out he's received a message from the private investigator, Denise Tolliver. After some more investigating, she pulled up some interesting information on the owner of Monte Cristo Investments, the company that Damien has only worked for and that owns the rental properties he's lived in. Well, who's the owner? None other than Damien. The plot of this storyline just thickened. Over at the Abbott mansion, Summer Newman is spending some quality time with Harrison Abbott, when the two are interrupted by Claire Newman and Kyle Abbott. The two have some news to share with the little boy and almost rush Summer out of the house so they can talk to him. Summer unhappily leaves, and fans can tell as she's walking out the door how displeased she is about the entire thing. Still, Claire and Kyle are ready to tell Harrison that they are a couple, although he's had an inkling about it, especially since he could hear them having so much fun during their sleepover on New Year's. Still, Harrison states he's excited that Claire is dating his daddy, even though he can tell his mommy isn't too happy about it. At Society, Summer meets up with Chance Chancellor for a date to help get their romance back on track. But fans can sense Summer is still preoccupied with what happened at the mansion before. Chance can feel as if Summer has something on her mind, but she doesn't want to talk about it. After some convincing, she finally reveals that she feels as if Claire is edging her way into Kyle and Harrison's lives. Chance points out that first, Summer wasn't a fan of Audra and then Claire. He states if he didn't know any better, he'd think she was jealous. Still, Summer states she didn't want someone as toxic as Audra around Harrison. With Claire, it's more of a feeling that she will eventually be spending more time with Harrison than she will. Chance assures Summer that this is what happens when couples with kids get divorced, and it's a very natural thing. He also reassures her that no matter what happens, Summer will always be Harrison's mom and that he adores her. Lastly, Adam Newman joins Connor Newman and Chelsea Lawson at Crimson, where their son reveals that his OCD has been triggered and he's having a hard time sleeping. After some positive discussion with his parents, the boy admits he's anxious about his move to the Newman Ranch. Connor tells Chelsea and Adam that the reason he didn't come to his parents sooner with this is that he didn't want Adam to cancel the move. Connor feels it's important for him to push through situations like this and not let his OCD win. Still, he admits that while he is nervous about it, it might be easier to push the button on this if he knew his mom was there. Feeling on the spot, Chelsea tells both of them that she'll think about it. After Connor leaves the table to play some video games upstairs in his room, Adam reminds Chelsea that the house truly is big enough that she could have her own room and one extra as a design studio. Adam also states that it took a lot of courage on Connor's part to come forward with this request, so the two owe it to him to at least consider it. The Young and the Restless spoilers suggest that Chelsea has a major decision on her hands. So will she go all in and move to the Newman Ranch with her ex, for the sake of her son, or possibly decline? Fans will have to tune in to find out. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Pulse Canvas. It's me, Julie here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal there are 3 must-see moments next week. During the week of January 13, 2025, Claire Grace Newman threatens Jordan. Victor Newman is suspicious of Nikki Newman. Plus, Sharon Newman tries to reach a crowbar to escape, but it's just out of her reach. Keep reading to find out what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Claire Grace Newman's threat. Y&R spoilers for the week of January 13 reveal that one must-see moment features Claire and Jordan. When Jordan sits at the coffee house, she hears Claire speaking with Esther Valentine. Then, Jordan goes up to the counter to place her order, knowing full well that Claire is nearby. Claire recognizes Jordan's order as it is very specific. Claire works up her courage and cautiously approaches Jordan while also staying a few feet away. Claire calls out Jordan's name, but the woman doesn't turn around. Instead, Jordan smiles and nonchalantly strolls out of the coffee house. It almost seems as if Jordan might be luring Claire to follow her and right into a trap. It is teased that Claire threatens Jordan. However, Jordan is likely to be gone by the time Claire calls the police. Y&R spoilers, Ian Ward exposed. During the week of January 13, another must-see moment includes Victor finding out about Ian's deception. Victor already had a confrontation with Ian. Then, Victor had Michael Baldwin do some snooping around. Just last week, it was suggested that Ian and Jordan are a lot alike. So after Claire tells Nikki and Victoria Newman that Jordan is back in Genoa City, Victor likely realizes they are working together. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Victor Newman suspicious. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of January 13 reveal that another must-see moment focuses on Nikki. It seems Victor begins to get suspicious of Nikki. With both Ian and Jordan back in Genoa City, it could tempt Nikki to drink again. So there is a lot at stake here. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Sharon Newman's battle. Next week, fans will also see Sharon continuing to find a way out of her captivity. Sharon does notice a crowbar in the corner in a preview clip. However, Sharon can't quite reach it. There is also Sharon hallucinating Cameron Kirsten. Meanwhile, Nick Newman shares a new theory with Chance Chancellor. Will this theory lead to Sharon's rescue? Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what happens next. The Young and the Restless spoilers for January 13 to 17, 2025 are here. Next week, fans can expect Claire Grace Newman to threaten Jordan. Damien keeps a secret from Nate Hastings. Victoria Newman and Chelsea Lawson connect. Also, Sharon Newman struggles to escape. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up next week in the CBS soap opera. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Monday, January 13, Damien'S secret. Y&R spoilers for Monday, January 13 reveal that Damien keeps a secret from Nate. Could this secret make Nate regret reaching out to his secret half-brother? Maybe Damien already knows that Nate is his half-brother. Meanwhile, Chelsea gets a surprise invitation. This invitation will have Chelsea wondering if living together really will help heal Connor Newman, Judah Mackey. Once again, Adam hasn't been informed of a dangerous Newman threat. Just like with Jordan, Adam hasn't been warned that Ian Ward is out and targeting their family. Once Adam does find out the news, maybe that will prompt Chelsea to agree to keep Connor safe. Also, Summer Newman stands her ground. Y&R spoilers, Tuesday, January 14. In Tuesday's episode, Victoria and Chelsea will find common ground. Nick Newman shares a theory with Chance Chancellor. Also, Ian's revenge against Sharon takes a dangerous turn. Could Ian find out where Jordan stashed Sharon? The Young and the Restless spoilers, Wednesday, January 15, Jordan reunites. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Wednesday, January 15 reveal that Chelsea catches Adam off guard. Meanwhile, Billy Abbott makes a shocking decision. Also, Claire reunites with Jordan. However, don't expect it to be a happy reunion. Y&R spoilers, Thursday, January 16. On Thursday, Claire tells Nikki Newman and Victoria about Jordan's return to Genoa City. Victor Newman exposes Ian's deception. Also, Phyllis Summers pressures Billy to come clean. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Friday, January 17. Sharon Newman's struggle. In Friday's episode, Sharon struggles to escape. Will Sharon be able to get that crowbar that she saw in the corner? Sharon wasn't able to reach it with her fingers, but maybe there could be something else that might help. Also, Victor becomes suspicious of Nikki. Meanwhile, Claire issues a threat to Jordan. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most during the week of January 13, 2025? What are your predictions for Nikki, Victor, Jordan, and Ian? What does the future hold for Claire, Victoria, Billy, Summer, Chelsea, and the other characters? The Young and the Restless spoilers and rumors tease Jordan and Ian Ward's last stand is inevitably ahead. It's easy to think Jordan could kill Ian, but it's just as likely their ends will come thanks to their victims, Maria Copeland taking Ian down and Claire Grace Newman Jordan. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Maria has already warned Ian. Maria has already warned Ian after he saved Tessa Porter from an asthma attack outside society recently. Tessa has never had asthma, and Ian had given her a drug to make her dizzy and unable to breathe. They don't even know if it was really albuterol in the inhaler. Maria was onto his game right away and warned him if he ever stepped foot near her wife and their baby, she'd kill him. Ian wasn't fazed in the least bit and kept up his holy man charade with Nick Newman, who called the police. Unfortunately, there was nothing that they could arrest him for. His parole was legit, and there was no proof of a crime, only their suspicions. I&R spoilers. Claire knows Jordan's in town. Claire knows Jordan's in town. She recognized her voice, and then her in a blonde wig. She knows the disguise, and she saw her at Crimson Lights. Nikki Newman had sent Claire to pick up some goodies to bring back to Newman Enterprises at the time. Claire also threatens Jordan after warning Nikki and her mother, Victoria Newman, that she's escaped and in town. In the meantime, Maria and Nick, and of course Faith Newman, are worried about the missing Sharon Newman. Jordan lied to Ian that she killed her, but she instead put her in the sewer in the same spot Sharon previously killed Cameron Kirsten. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Nick starts to put 2 and 2 together. In the meantime, Nick starts to put 2 and 2 together once he's been told that not only Ian, but Jordan is also on the loose. He'd already put forth a theory to Chance Chancellor that Ian may be behind Sharon's disappearance, although the only link between them would be Maria. Again, Chance can do nothing to stop Ian, but later, after it's learned Jordan is loose as well, he can put out a bolo on her. Jordan is an escapee, but there is a coincidence linking her to Ian. They were in the same prison, although the proof they're working together is unclear. I&R spoilers. Jordan and Ian's last stand. With Jordan being threatened by Claire and Ian being threatened by Maria, it's only a matter of time before they face their last stand, and they will have it coming. Maria and Claire may even team up, since the still missing Sharon is an extended family member for Claire in a sense. But a showdown is coming, whether together or separately, since it's not likely for Jordan and Ian to be spotted together. The Young and the Restless spoilers suggest that Jordan is going to kidnap Claire. On Friday's January 10 episode, Claire Newman's curiosity was piqued while at the coffee house, thanks to a crimson order that was eerily similar to what Jordan used to drink. Still, Claire also received some good news from Kyle Abbott, who decided it was time to tell Harrison Abbott that he and Claire were a thing. The I&R preview for January 13 to 17 showed a video clip of Jordan back in the Crimson, with Claire behind her, as Jordan says thank you when she receives her coffee. Of course, Claire calls out her name while Jordan walks away, so it looks like there's a real possibility that Jordan may be setting a trap for Claire. Jordan isn't fond of Claire's relationship with Kyle, so the first thing she'll do once she traps her niece is try to ruin that relationship. Jordan will likely figure out a way to ensure Claire's unconscious. She might use the same chloroform trick that worked with Sharon Newman, and as Claire's phone will likely be on her, Jordan will start to send a few texts around to make sure that no one's looking for her. On Friday's show, Claire and Kyle talked about meeting at Society after work, so he would be the first order of business to get out of the way. Kyle may message Claire between the time they're supposed to meet and when Jordan kidnaps her, so Jordan may see that the two are having dinner and talking about telling Harrison about their relationship. This would be an excellent opportunity for Jordan to respond back and say how apprehensive she is about moving to this next step. Jordan may make it seem as if Claire isn't ready for that big of a commitment yet, and she may even have Claire dump Kyle over text. Meanwhile, Jordan may also buy some time and text Victoria Newman that she's sleeping over at Kyle's just to buy some time. Still, what if Kyle runs into Summer Newman shortly after Claire dumps him? She may be having a bad day herself. Could the two get wrapped up in emotion and cross a line? How betrayed will Claire feel if she finds out that Kyle didn't waste a second after their breakup to land in bed with Summer? Although Claire may have bigger fish to fry in trying to escape Jordan, so this speculation can wait. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Jordan returning to Crimson is likely a trap that she's setting for Claire, but will she be successful in holding her grandniece hostage? And how long will she get away with this? Regardless, it's sure to cause major chaos, not only for Claire and Kyle, but Victoria and the rest of the Newmans. The Young and the Restless spoilers suggest that Sally Spectra recently proposed a Paris getaway to Billy Abbott, and he accepted. While she has business in the area, it sounds like some pleasure will be added to the mix, and the city is the perfect destination spot for a budding super couple like Billy and Sally to dabble in the romance. With that said, as Phyllis Summers isn't exactly a fan of Billy being with Sally, could she decide to crash their romantic party? Sally has been trying to deter Billy from going all in on his Victor Newman revenge plans. She'd admitted that one of the reasons she proposed the trip was in hopes that he would forget the scheme and let go of it. Although she did make it clear that this was only a hope and not an expectation. Meanwhile, Phyllis wants nothing more than for Billy to dive into the Victor plan, and she wants to get her hands a little dirty too. She has been looking for something to distract her from Sharon Newman and her need to see her buried. After more talks with Sally, Billy could start to lie on the fence about his Victor plan. He may even place the brakes on it until after his Paris trip with Sally, so he can enjoy the time with her. It would be easy to see Phyllis bugging Billy on an update, only for him to tell her he's placed things on hold while he's out of town. As Sally is going on official Marchetti business, and Phyllis' daughter, Summer Newman, is the head honcho of the company. Summer could easily drop the information that Billy and Sally headed to Paris and where they are staying during a casual conversation, which would have Phyllis' wheels spinning. Everyone knows that Phyllis is a fly-by-the-seat-of-her-pants type of gal, so she wouldn't hesitate to take the next flight out to Paris and crash Billy and Sally's romantic getaway. Then again, maybe this crashing isn't about Victor. What if Phyllis finds out that Billy is set to propose to Sally in Paris? Could Phyllis take drastic measures to stop this? The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Phyllis doesn't believe Sally is right for Billy and may find some old feelings of her own resurfacing for her ex. If Phyllis feels as if Billy is on the cusp of becoming engaged, she'll definitely do something drastic to make sure it doesn't happen. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the next 2 weeks, January 13 through January 24, promise drama, chaos, and mystery in the land of Genoa City, so it's time to dive in to see what fans should expect to unravel. During the week of January 13 to 17, Audra Charles and Nate Hastings will return from Lay, and Nate will feel like he potentially handled things the wrong way. He'll speculate as to whether he just should have come clean with Damien and told him that he was his half-brother, Interestingly enough, Nate will receive word from PI Denise Tolliver shortly after he returns home. In a text message, Denise reveals that after more research, she's found out that the companies that Damien has worked for and lived in rental properties associated with Monte Cristo investments are owned by Damien. What does Nate do with this information? Fans will have to tune in to find out. Across town, Adam Newman will continue his pursuit of getting Chelsea Lawson to move in with him, except this time, he'll get some assistance from Connor Newman. Connor will come to his folks and let them know his OCD has been triggered again. Connor will fill his parents in on how nervous he is to move to the Newman Ranch, although he truly believes he needs to push forward and not let the OCD win. This is when Connor will state that he might be a little less apprehensive if his mom were to move in too. This will place Chelsea in an awkward position, so she'll agree to think about it. As the days go by, Chelsea will have a chat with Victoria Newman, which has her realizing she has more in common with her than she thinks. Days later, Y&R spoilers note that Chelsea will do something to catch Adam off guard. Will her talk with Victoria convince Chelsea to take the leap to move to the Newman Ranch? Over with Sharon Newman, she'll continue to struggle in the sewage basement. Things are looking bleak right now as she's not only losing resources, but she's also slowly losing her mind and energy as well. Will Sharon be able to turn her predicament around and be her own hero? Nick Newman will have a theory about his ex-wife's disappearance and share it with Chancellor so the two could be quick on a trail to work together and save her, but only time will tell. Across town, Victor Newman will uncover a lie of Ian Ward's, but as Ian has lied about pretty much everything since he's returned to town, it's hard to say exactly what Victor finds out. Still, possibly the biggest Y&R spoiler during the week of January 13 to 17 is the fact that Claire Newman will spot Jordan at Crimson Lights. She'll make sure to tell Nikki Newman and Victoria after the fact, but it sounds like the ladies will refrain from telling Victor, for whatever reason, which likely isn't the best idea. Over to Billy Abbott, he'll make a shocking decision. Will he decide to pull back on his revenge plans against Victor? As the days go by, Phyllis Summers will press Billy for information, so perhaps instead of holding back, he's pressed the button on something. As the week of January 20 to 24 approaches, Y&R spoilers suggest that Claire will no longer be a victim of Jordan's, as the two are set to have a face-off where she'll threaten her great-aunt. Here's hoping that Claire is careful in this situation, considering how crafty Jordan can be. Has she set a trap for her niece? Meanwhile, Sharon will take drastic measures to escape the living nightmare she's in. Will she be successful in her escape? The Young and the Restless spoilers indicate that Sharon will likely survive this ordeal, stronger than ever. However, it'll be interesting to see how she gets out of this messy situation. If you're a fan of The Young and the Restless, you likely recognize Joshua Morrow, who has played the role of Nick Newman for many years. However, behind the scenes, there is another important person in his life, his real-life leading lady, Tobe Keeney. Joshua has often spoken about his profound love for Tobe, referring to her as the love of his life. In various interviews, Joshua has expressed his deep admiration and affection for his wife, sometimes humbly admitting that he feels he doesn't deserve her. Yet, their enduring bond and happy marriage prove otherwise. The couple has been together since 2001, building a life full of love and raising 4 children together. Joshua and Tobe's love story started long before they said their wedding vows. The two spent 5 years dating, growing closer, and getting to know each other deeply before their wedding day. They tied the knot on August 4, 2001, in a stunning ceremony at the Ritz-Carlton Bacara in Santa Barbara, California. Joshua often reflects on their special day with fondness, highlighting how Tobe meticulously planned every detail to make it perfect. He recalls being overwhelmed with emotion when he saw her walking down the aisle, describing her as looking like an angel. This magical moment marked the beginning of their lifelong journey together as husband and wife. Shortly after their wedding, Joshua and Tob welcomed their first child into the world. Their son, Cooper Jacob, was born on September 27, 2002, bringing immense joy to the newlyweds. As the years went by, their family continued to grow. Their second son, Crew James, was born on May 27, 2005, followed by their third son, Cash Joshua, on April 21, 2008. The Morrow household was filled with laughter, love, and the energetic spirit of three young boys. In 2012, the dynamic of their family shifted with the arrival of their only daughter, Charlie Jo, who was born on October 13. Joshua often jokes about his protective nature towards his little girl, humorously stating that she's not allowed to date unless her suitor possesses superhero qualities. These lighthearted remarks reflect Joshua's deep affection and care for his daughter. The Morrow's family life is reminiscent of other notable soap opera families. For instance, Jacqueline MacInnes Wood, known for her role as Steffi on The Bold and the Beautiful, also has a bustling household with her husband, Ellen Rispoli, and their three sons. Both families illustrate the joys and challenges of raising multiple children while balancing professional careers. One of Joshua's favorite anecdotes from his relationship with Tob involves a bold prediction he made on their very first date. Joshua confidently told Tob that they would get married someday. Tob's initial reaction was one of disbelief. She playfully told him to shut up, thinking he was being a bit eccentric. However, Joshua's prediction ultimately came true. Their love story serves as a testament to the power of intuition and the deep connection they share. Joshua and Tob are proud parents to all their children, but their second son, Crew, has followed in his father's footsteps into the entertainment industry. Crew landed a role on The Bold and the Beautiful as Will Spencer, working just across the hall from his dad. It must be a proud moment for Joshua and Tob to see their son making a name for himself in the acting world. There's no telling what the future holds, but perhaps more of the Morrow children will choose to step into the spotlight. The love story of Joshua Morrow and Tob Keeney is a heartwarming example of commitment, family values, and enduring affection. From their early days of dating to building a life together as a married couple with 4 wonderful children, their journey is filled with love, laughter, and mutual respect. As fans of Joshua Morrow, we admire not only his talent on The Young and the Restless, but also the strong family foundation he has built with Tob. Their beautiful love story reminds us all that true love and dedication can lead to a lifetime of happiness. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. In the Neil Winters Jazz Lounge, Danny tells Christine, Lauren, and Michael how love managed to get him there through the storm. He says there was nothing that would keep him from welcoming in the new year with the love of his life. Being back in his arms feels so good to Cricket. They dance and sing. She knows how determined he was to get back for his son too. Seeing Danny meant everything to him. She says it meant everything to Danny to hold his son. He could see his grief and it breaks his heart. She's just grateful he's there since his wisdom and strength are exactly what his son needs right now. As he spins her around the floor, he explains he moved things around in his schedule, so he'll be staying. She has a suite upstairs for them. He knows it's only been a couple of days, but he missed her. Cricket and Danny get a table, and he asks if she's ready to hit the road with him again. She says she's all his again. Daniel interrupts them and admits he came back hoping they'd run into each other and catch up. She heads off to her suite, and Daniel sits down with his father. Danny is sorry he didn't come sooner. His son knows he was busy being a rock star. All that matters to Danny is being a good father. His son admits he's not doing well. A year ago, he was debating with Heather about whether Die Hard is a Christmas movie, and now he wakes up to her empty side of the bed. Every day is spent worrying about Lucy and how she's coping. Amazingly, Phyllis has been the rock through all of this and helped to keep his daughter safe. But his mom is also angry and desperate to fix things. He feels a need to protect her from her own impulses, especially in this nightmare with Sharon. Danny wishes there was something he could do. He knows he's living with a lot. It's too much. Daniel admits he's not looking forward to another 364 days without Heather. His father urges him not to underestimate his strength and courage. He just needs to ride out the grief and remember there are people who love him. The next time he feels like he's about to explode, he should call him, and he will be there for him, even if he has to take a break in the middle of a concert. He and Lucy will always be his priority. Hugging his son, Danny tells him how much he loves him. Christine joins the father and son as Danny talks about how Lucy knows all the songs and every dance step. His son thanks him for reminding her that life goes on and it's okay to be happy. Danny says they could do it sooner than later if he thinks she should get away. They ask him along, and he agrees when the timing is right. They make plans to hang out with Lucy and teach her Danny's famous pasta sauce. At the table, Jack and Diane toast to saying goodbye to 2024. That year almost brought them to their knees. She knows they still have a lot of work to do, but she's hoping the new year will be a fresh start for them and their son. As they dance, she reminds him that one of the coupons she gave him for their anniversary was for a night of dancing. She whispers what else he can redeem when they get home. Lauren and Michael dance, and he kisses her neck. She threatens him with a good time and tells him how happy she is. That makes her feel guilty, given what Phyllis is going through. Michael reminds her that Phyllis hates his guts right now. Lauren thinks she's also still hurt by seeing Danny with Christine. The lawyer worries Phyllis, means it when she says their friendship won't survive him being Sharon's attorney. His wife is sure that she will eventually forgive him. We've forgiven some pretty large transgressions from her before the next century, I promise, she says. He'd rather forget about their friend, so he can just focus on his beautiful wife. Diane and Jack interrupt. Jack asks Lauren to dance, and Michael warns him not to let his devilish charm woo her away. Diane sits down with Michael and reminds him they have some unfinished business to discuss. He assumes she's talking about how she lied to him about her marriage falling apart, like he was just some schlub. He thought they'd regained trust after he paid for her funeral. Diane says it was all for a good reason. She's willing to fill him in on all the details and hopes he will forgive her. After she recounts her story, he admits that it was clearly inspired by love for her son. He knows what a mother's love is like since he is married to a wonderful mother and had a horribly narcissistic one. Given how much she risked, he says she's condemned to be his friend forever. They hug. The devastating wildfires have left the city in ruins, with countless families losing their homes and belongings. Amid the destruction and despair, a beacon of hope emerged in the form of Braden, the legendary actor known for his iconic role in The Young and the Restless. Rather than staying distant or offering support from afar, Eric decided to step directly into the heart of the crisis to help those in need. His unexpected arrival at the disaster site brought a sense of relief and hope to the survivors who were struggling to cope with the tragedy. Braden came prepared with essential supplies, including food, water, and blankets, to provide immediate relief to displaced families. His presence was not just symbolic but deeply impactful, as he personally distributed the supplies to those in need. Survivors, grappling with the trauma of losing everything, found solace in Eric's compassionate and hands-on approach. His humility and willingness to connect with the affected individuals resonated deeply as he listened to their stories and offered words of encouragement. The survivors' reactions were a mix of surprise and gratitude. Many were overwhelmed to see a celebrity of Braden's stature actively involved in relief efforts. His actions reminded them that even in the darkest of times, There are people who genuinely care and are willing to stand by their side. Eric's interactions with the survivors were heartfelt. He reassured them that they were not alone in their struggles, and that the community was ready to help them rebuild their lives. Beyond providing supplies, Eric Braden delivered a powerful message of hope and resilience. He emphasized the importance of unity and strength in overcoming adversity, inspiring both the survivors and others watching his efforts. His actions not only brought immediate relief, but also highlighted the significance of using influence and resources to make a positive impact during a crisis. Eric Braden's involvement in the wildfire relief efforts serves as a reminder of the power of compassion and the difference one person can make. His kindness and dedication left a lasting impression on the survivors, showing that even in the face of immense tragedy, humanity and solidarity can prevail. Sharon Newman's "The Devil Made Me Do It" situation may pop back soon. The Young and the Restless spoilers tease that she is handcuffed in a stinky sewer by the river. Her car? The poor SUV is resting on the riverbed, thanks to Jordan's trickery to get back at Ian Ward. But the psycho has no idea how Sharon's hallucination, Cameron Kirsten, has been her guiding light. Will Cameron help her out this time? Find out. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Cameron to appear before Sharon. The Young and the Restless spoilers recall that the whole hostage episode starts on New Year's Eve. Ian plans Sharon's kidnapping and has Jordan snatch her while he plays hero for Tessa Porter. His grand plan? He wants a full circle moment for Sharon, killing her at the spot where Heather Stevens died. However, Jordan's patience wears thin as she's done being Ian's puppet who does all the dirty work. Ian believes Sharon has become fish food, but his partner has kept her very much alive. But if Jordan gets arrested or killed, her victim will rot to death in that filthy dungeon. For now, the therapist is surviving on little food and water while waiting for a miracle. Could that be her savior mirage, Cameron? Moreover, we have seen how the man shows up whenever Sharon's at her lowest. Remember how Cameron helped her clean up Heather's death, crafting alibis or handling serious interrogations? But here's the kicker: Sharon is taking her meds. Is there another diagnosis at play, like dissociative identity disorder? Will Cameron help Sharon win? If yes, it makes Cameron her alter, not a figment of her imagination. Else, he could be just the voice in Sharon's head she needs to survive. As Jordan stretches her victim's hostage time, Cameron might take on her host and help her fight back. Additionally, Sharon's ex-stalker might not just help her run away, but wrap up Jordan's chapter for good. Sharon has a lot to unpack when she escapes, but it's all about survival. With Cameron by her side, the lady might just prove that even hallucinations can be heroes. Keep reading Soap Opera Daily to stay abreast with the Young and the Restless spoilers. What do you think of Cameron's return? Share your thoughts below. The drama in Genoa City heats up as Maria Copeland faces a dangerous threat to her family, leaving fans on the edge of their seats. Ian Ward has resurfaced, and his every move is calculated with precision. Ian's ability to manipulate situations and people has always been his most dangerous weapon, and this time he's targeting Mariah, Tessa, and their baby area. Ian's sinister intentions became evident when he carefully orchestrated a moment to play the hero. When Tessa Porter found herself in a terrifying situation, drugged, struggling to breathe, and on the verge of passing out, Ian swooped in at the perfect moment. Rather than calling 911, as any concerned bystander would, Ian cradled Tessa outside society and used an inhaler to save her. It was a move designed to earn her trust and gratitude, and it worked. But Ian's scheming didn't stop there. Shortly after the incident, he conveniently crossed paths with Tessa and Mariah while they were out for a stroll with baby Area. This chance encounter was anything but accidental. Mariah, fiercely protective of her family, wasted no time in confronting Ian. Her anger was palpable as she threatened him, warning him to stay away from her loved ones. Maria's reaction was not only justified, but deeply rooted in her knowledge of Ian's dangerous past. Tessa Porter's torn allegiance. While Maria's instincts screamed danger, Tessa's reaction was far more conflicted. Ian maintained his calm demeanor, expertly deflecting Maria's accusations while continuing to play the role of the savior. Tessa, still shaken by her near-death experience, couldn't help but express gratitude toward Ian for saving her life. Her gratitude, however, is precisely what Ian is counting on. Tessa's internal struggle is evident. She wants to believe Maria's warnings, but can't ignore the fact that Ian saved her when she was most vulnerable. Unfortunately, Maria hasn't fully explained just how manipulative and dangerous Ian can be. Without a complete understanding of his past schemes, Tessa is falling for Ian's carefully constructed facade. A brewing custody battle. As Ian continues to insert himself into Tessa and Maria's lives, the tension between the couple is bound to escalate. Ian's subtle interactions with Tessa will only grow more frequent, and at some point, his interest in baby Aria will become evident. Imagine the chilling moment when Tessa, oblivious to Ian's true intentions, allows him to hold Aria. If Maria were to stumble upon this scene, it would be a breaking point. Maria's protective instincts would kick into overdrive, and her anger toward Tessa's perceived naivety could lead to a serious rift between them. The situation could escalate to the point where Maria feels compelled to take drastic action to protect Aria. A custody battle between Maria and Tessa could unfold, tearing their family apart. Tessa, devastated by Maria's lack of trust and overwhelmed by the fallout, might find herself turning to Ian for emotional support, a move that would only tighten his grip on her. Ian's endgame is clear: to manipulate and control, leaving Maria and Tessa's family in ruins. What lies ahead? The stakes have never been higher for Maria and Tessa as Ian's sinister plot unfolds. Will Maria be able to expose Ian's true nature before it's too late? Can Tessa see through Ian's act and stand by Maria's side, or will Ian's manipulation succeed in driving a wedge between them? As the tension builds, fans can expect explosive confrontations, emotional turmoil, and shocking twists that will leave Genoa City forever changed. Stay tuned as The Young and the Restless delivers one of its most gripping storylines yet.